Yeah. Okay.
It's debate night. Oh, by the way, I found out it starts at 9.
Oh my God.
Starts at 9.
Why?
And is 2 hours long. Even though there's only, 5, 6 people?
Why are they doing this to me?
Yeah, we're talking about tonight's debate. It doesn't start till 9,
I
you
thought
guys.
for sure. Okay, now I did not.
I know.
I was not prepared for this. She's
2
just
hours.
now telling me, like right now. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be 8 o'clock, over by 10.
Mm-mm. It starts at 9.
That's my bedtime, you guys.
I know.
9 o'clock is my bedtime.
Yeah, it's a problem. Biden, Bernie, Liz, Pete, Amy, Steyer. Somehow that Tom Steyer guy keeps getting in there.
I mean, Cory Booker dropped out. You think Tom Steyer would be like, maybe I should think about that.
I love that people are calling him Departicus.
Yeah, Departicus.
That's my favorite.
That is really great.
Anyway.
Hey, everybody.
We're going to
Good
stay
morning.
up late tonight, I guess.
Good morning, everybody.
Suck.
Good morning, hello, greetings, salutations.
This
We're a little
is
late, sorry.
CNN debate. It's going to be hosted by Wolf Blitzer and some other people.
Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf Blitzer. I was driving in this morning, and I hear on the radio that apparently Vince Vaughn is trending on Twitter.
I love Vince Vaughn. You know
Who
what's
doesn't
so
love
funny?
Vince Vaughn?
You know what's really funny is I was thinking this morning. It's so weird because I didn't hear anything about the news, but I'm thinking this morning about the movie Swingers.
Oh, really?
Do you remember the
That's a
movie
great
Swingers?
movie.
So it's really weird that like when you're hearing about the news, I was thinking about the movie Swingers and how much I loved it. Do you remember that? You're So Money, baby. You don't even know
You know
it.
how many you are? Yeah.
You don't even know it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. He's been in great movies. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
and,
he is.
And, you know, I don't think it's been a huge, long-kept secret that he's not a lefty. I mean, he's not a conservative
No,
necessarily,
I think
but he's
he's-
not a lefty.
I think he's a libertarian.
Yeah.
I think that's what he is, which, you know, that's cool.
So
And-
I'm like, this can't really be happening, that the outrage, as I hear it on the radio, is over the fact that Vince Vaughn had a 30-second conversation with the president and Melania
the horror.
at the national championship game last night.
No, I mean, you're supposed to shun the president, right? That's what you're supposed to do now.
I didn't believe it until I went out to Twitter when I got here and saw, yeah, in fact, that is actually happening. And people, starting with Timothy Burke, who writes for Deadspin and Daily Beast, he posted a little video clip of that conversation that took place, you know, in the box where they're sitting. And he says, I'm very sorry to have to share this video with you. All of it. Every part of it. And it's literally a video from far away of Donald Trump having a chat with Vince Vaughn and then Vince Vaughn leaving. That's it. That's the extent of it. And the outrage, I mean, there's just, it goes on and on and on.
So what are people
and on.
saying?
Well, that tells me all I need to know about Vince Vaughn, puke face.
Oh my God.
Vince Vaughn is shaking the hand of the man who is hell-bent on destroying not just our democracy, but our survival in the world community for his personal benefit.
Okay, Barbara Mills. Get a grip.
I mean, Vince Vaughn is being cordial to a man who locks kids in cages.
I like this one. Vince Vaughn, explain yourself. I'd be like, you know what? Suck it. I don't have to explain anything,
I know.
lady.
What the hell?
You are not my mother, and I don't have to explain jack to you. I said hello to the president, and I had a 30-second conversation. What's it to you?
We don't even know what he said.
Yeah.
Like, he might have said, you know what, I think you're doing a crap-ass job
You
as
know, and
president.
I doubt he said that. I think he probably had a cordial conversation with the president, as you would.
Right, as a normal human being
Yeah.
would.
These people have TDS, and they need to just step off.
And that, I mean, I just saw a tiny little sample. I mean, in the post this morning at chicksontheright.com, I only included a tiny little sampling of the hate that was generated from this conversation. Because I just cannot believe it. And even still, after tweeting about it this morning, now people are coming after me, and they're like, I can't believe that you're supporting, like, you're the one that's triggered. You were just this mad at Obama being president. No, we weren't.
You know what? I would have said hello to Obama.
Yeah.
And I thought he was a crap president.
And guess who has been critical of the people who were mad at Chris Christie after the hurricane in New Jersey? People lost their minds on the conservative side, and we criticized that because it was a bunch of bull crap. There's no reason for Chris Christie not to have been friendly to Obama when he was visiting.
Shake his hand and be nice.
I mean,
you know
everybody
what?
needs to calm
You know
down.
what that is? It's called manners. Look it up.
I mean, what the hell?
Good
Everybody's
Lord.
like, oh, Chris Christie's the worst because he shook hands with Obama and allowed him to come look at the damage.
I mean,
get over yourselves.
I
Everybody
swear.
needs to calm down.
Everybody needs to like get some manners. I swear.
God.
Do these people have mothers?
I mean,
Do any of these people have mothers? And I bet their mothers are just like they are.
I mean, this is insane.
Honestly.
Can we not just have conversations with people with whom we disagree?
No.
Apparently not.
We can't.
And then it's so dumb because like the headline on People magazine about this says, I'll just show it to you. Make sure I'm showing it right because I can't see.
Hold on. It's right there.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Amid impeachment.
What the hell does impeachment have to do with them having a conversation
Nothing.
at a football game?
And you know that Vince Vaughn is like, your impeachment is a bunch of bull crap. Bunch of bull crap is what that is right there.
I just can't.
I mean,
that,
right?
anyway.
Ashley, you're right. Grow up learning to respect the president. You're right. Because that's what you do. He's the president. And no matter who it is. I swear, Jimmy Carter was the worst. Still would have talked to him. He's the president. I mean, crying out loud. Bill Clinton, I would have been afraid he would have like tried to, you know what I'm saying? Still would have talked to him. Mm-hmm.
And you'd probably talk to Joe Biden if he were president, as long as you had security.
Well, no, I don't need security. I have a good right hook. But I mean, I'm sure he would have sniffed her hair, and I would have been like,
and I would have been like, doesn't it smell good?
Totally. Yeah.
So anyway, everyone is mad about everybody.
They are losing their minds over Vince Vaughn. Here's the thing. I was telling her this morning that I think there are more liberals on Twitter than conservatives. What do y'all think about that? Because I think
we're pretty evenly matched.
I don't.
There's a lot of crazy on both sides, unfortunately.
I think there's more liberal crazy on Twitter than conservative crazy. Because she's like, people like to fight. And I'm like, yeah, but I think conservative people tend to stay off of Twitter because they have lives.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of conservatives out there. I feel like it's pretty evenly matched.
Yeah,
but
there's just so much crazy out there.
You know why I think that? I think also that the right does Twitter better. I think that we're just better at it. You know what I mean? Like meme-wise and just... I just feel like conservatives are better at using it in a way that's more effective.
People are saying way more liberals. I think there are way more liberals on Twitter. I see more butthurt and more crazy from the liberals.
Well, because they're so crazy. I mean, it's like the liberals that are on Twitter are the worst of the worst.
Yeah, because I mean, I gotta tell you, I hate that place. I hate Twitter. I just would not want to spend my time on Twitter. I just can't. Like, it's like a bully pulpit. I can't do it. I just can't. And I don't. Yeah, I couldn't be polite. I couldn't maintain my. What's the word? I couldn't remain nice, It's just, and it would make my blood pressure soar, and I have low blood pressure most of the time, so I just couldn't do it. It's just a horrible,
I just
horrible
use the block
place.
feature liberally, no pun intended.
And I just think it's a big waste of time, because you get into this time suck of arguing with people all day long. I feel like there are so many better things to do than to argue with people. I like Instagram where you can like post a funny picture and be like, haha, and then move on with your day,
But Twitter is great for breaking news. There's no better place to get the stuff that's happening in the moment than Twitter. It's awesome for that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's going on with Vince Vaughn. Everybody hates him now. And they're trying to cancel him from what? I have no idea, because I didn't know he was doing anything right now.
I think he's just living his life with his wife and his kids. I mean, because he's made his money, and he makes a couple movies here and there, but he's not really... what is this cancel culture crap?
It's out of control. Out of control.
Oh, my God.
All right, so debate is tonight. It's going to be extra interesting because of all of the strife with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Finally, we're seeing some tension.
I think that behind the scenes, they absolutely despise one another. And I think that Bernie Sanders is also a sexist behind the scenes.
Well, did you see their responses to this story about Bernie saying a woman can never win?
A woman can never win! She can never win! Yeah, I think Bernie is huge sexist, you guys.
I'm showing this right. Am I showing it right?
Yeah, there we go.
Look at these two headlines.
I'm denying it.
And then Elizabeth Warren is like, yes, I confirm that happened.
A woman could never win. Yeah, I believe it. Who do you believe? Because I believe it.
I believe that he probably said, you're going to have an extra uphill battle because you're a woman. And I believe she probably was not offended by that at the time, but is now using it as a way to hit at him and get her and elevate her. I think it's going to backfire massively because people who are like, seriously, you're going to use being a woman as an excuse now? No, it's not going to fly.
Well, I mean, she's not going to win anyway because she is going to have a hard time winning as a woman. I mean, he's kind of right. I mean, don't you think he's kind of right? Even if he did kind of say that to her, you're going to have a hard time.
She is the wrong woman.
Yeah, exactly. And Democrats are they're hypocrites. They don't really want a woman, and they don't really want a person of color. They want an old white billionaire to win. That's what they want. And if they tell you otherwise, they're liars because they lie about everything. This is what they do. It's going to be an old white dude, you guys.
It's going to be the funnest primary season I think we've ever had in the history of time.
Yeah, and it's going to be old and white. Surprise!
Yeah, it is going to be, I mean...
Surprise!
That's true.
Surprise, everybody.
Which is why whoever ends up as the nominee is going to be like, oh, I got to get a Stacey Abrams or a Kamala or somebody.
Got to get a brown woman. Got to get one in there so we don't look racist, even though we are.
Right.
Because we're constantly focused on race.
Because, I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
The VP is a stand-back kind of deal, right? So it's not like if whoever is the nominee, they're going to still do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we talked about the debate that's happening tonight. So incredibly late. Abby Huntsman, no longer with The View. She's going to go and help her dad run a Senate campaign.
What do you want to bet that she really just wants to leave because she hates that job?
I don't know how you don't hate that job.
I mean, she's only been there, for a year and a couple months?
Yeah, it's not been long at all.
Was she pregnant during that time? Did I just,
Maybe.
I think she was pregnant when on maternity leave. Did I just imagine that? Somebody
I don't know
correct me if I'm wrong on that.
About her to know.
I don't either. I feel like she was pregnant and went on maternity leave during that year and couple months.
So she really wasn't there much at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, you guys correct me, but maybe I dreamed that, but anyway,
she's gone.
She's going to be gone. And it's because she just hated that job. Because it's probably the worst job ever.
I mean, she left the door open. She's like, after the campaign, I'm sure I'll be back.
She's like, I love
everybody.
I love ABC. ABC's been so good to me.
Family.
I love it so much. And the women here are the smartest women I've ever been with.
Especially you, Megan. You and me, we're friends.
We're like BFFs for life.
This BFFs. Is just our job.
But we're BFFs. I love you.
Oh, God.
I love you.
Also, would you eat a steak made of peas, seaweed, and beetroot juice?
It's not a steak. Why are they calling it a steak?
Because that's happening, you guys. There's a firm developing plant-based meats, which I have no problem with. You can develop them all you want.
She did. She had twins.
She had twins? Wow, okay. So she definitely took a lead.
Pregnant with twins.
Okay.
I didn't imagine that.
Nova Meat is the name of this company, and they are using 3D printers to create that steak.
Yeah, that ain't right.
And
they're creating muscle tissue and fat out of seaweed,
peas,
and beetroot juice.
Now they say they're very excited because they've been able to recreate the look of a steak, all so fibrous and whatnot. Ugh. But they say the taste is still a work in progress.
Carrie would rather eat her toenail clippings. I'm with you, Carrie. Not yours, maybe my own, but I'm right there with you, girl. That's disgusting.
It's vile.
That is
We're going to be getting into more detail about that on today's radio
show. I love how Regis said it's a mistake. I get it. That was good. I love it.
We're also going to get into this whole issue of security versus privacy because AG Barr is asking Apple once again to unlock phones for that dead terrorist dude from Pensacola. So we're going to get into that whole discussion because it's very curious what you guys think. Should Apple develop a backdoor way of getting into phones, or should they remain a company that is not pressured by the government to create something and maintain their status as having like supreme privacy for phones? Because that's the question, really. And so we got to talking about it this morning about how these apps are the ones that these messaging apps, like what is it? WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp and then Snapchat. Some of these apps that are developed that you have messages that go away. we got into a discussion about whether those are really what should be regulated in some way. Somebody just posted a big baby.
I've never seen it either. Somebody posted a GIF.
I'm sorry, but that was not expecting
the greatest. That baby was like, oh my God.
Anyway.
That was awesome. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
I'm very, very torn on this issue because I don't like the government telling a company, you have to create something that we're telling you to create.
I don't
but
like
I
it.
also don't like the fact that a dead terrorist has any privacy rights.
Yeah.
Like, he's dead.
And I kind of feel like if it were somebody in my family who were killed if they were killed by a terrorist, I'd be like, yeah, open it up. Open the floodgates, because I want to know what this person's doing. I don't want this person to kill anybody else, because I think that's A.G. Barr's point, is that he's like, listen, this individual, this monster was conspiring, and there were other people involved. Right. We want to know who the hell those people are. And then I was telling her this morning, I'm like, do we really have any privacy? I mean, think about it. We're all on social media now anyway. They know everything. And then, like, these apps are, like, the only things that we actually have private. I mean, everybody can find our crap. Our crap is everywhere. You text people. You call people. You're on social media. All of our stuff's out there, man. There's no privacy anymore.
So that's the question. Is it Apple's responsibility to create code breaks? Or is it the responsibility of the government to say to companies that have these quick hide messaging features, you don't get to do that? Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I just am very torn about it and very conflicted.
But Carolyn's asking, will Apple use the back door for good? Well, do they use any of our stuff for good? I mean, they have your stuff.
And if Apple develops this, realize too that it can get in the hands of not good people. That's the other problem, right? Is that do we really want this kind of technology to just be out there where anybody from anywhere can get into your phone at any time they want and steal your private stuff?
Somebody said they handed stuff over to Adam Schiff for phone records, but yet we can't get into terrorist phones.
Well, I mean, that's totally different, right? Phone calls and records of phone calls are different. And so that's the dilemma that we're in right now, is that Apple is saying your phone is secure. No one can get into your bank account through your phone. No one can get into your personal crap in your phone. And we do that on purpose. That's part of the way that we market the phone. And we all are like, yeah, that's great. I want my phone to be private. But if there's a backdoor way of busting into this stuff and it gets into the hands of nefarious people, who's to say somebody's not going to go log into your Chase account and take all your money out of your, using your phone? This is what Apple is trying to prevent. So I understand their dilemma. It's a huge dilemma.
Yeah, I totally agree with Natalie. Natalie's like, Apple sees everything anyway. Who are we kidding? I totally agree with you. They see it all.
It's not Apple though. It's the people that could get
the
access.
Snapchat and all that. I know. I hear what you're saying, but.
And they're saying that they
it's can't. Like these entities that have like some of the privacy, but it's like we're holding on to these small little entities that have some privacy for these terrorists, basically. And
for ourselves too, for all the reasons that I just said.
But also for terrorists.
So I don't know. This is why it's such a huge controversy, right?
And that's why they flock there. That's why they flock to those apps like the Snapchats and stuff like that, because they're like, ooh, there's security there, and I don't have to give up my information, and I can conspire to do really awful things. So
and they're doing it via the apps. That is where I feel like the problem is that maybe those apps are the problem, and it's not actually. Because everybody wants a secure phone, so maybe it's not the phone. Because like if I committed some horrible crime, I mean, I feel like I should expect that's going to be uncovered. You know what I mean? Like a policeman is going to say, I'm going to need access into your phone. But if I'm dead, that's a whole other issue. Why do I have rights when I'm dead?
See, this is the thing. But if you can't get into the app, even after they're dead,
yeah.
This is what Barr is trying to get. He's trying to get access into some of these applications.
And then somebody asked, do you really trust the government to use this in the right way? No, I don't.
We don't trust the government at all.
That's the problem. And neither does Apple, and neither should they.
Yeah.
And so this is, I don't even know how they're going to
But I also don't really trust Apple either. So, I mean, but they already have all my crap. So, it's like that South Park episode where you sign away your life and you end up in a human centipede, right? I mean, you guys, that huge thing that
the terms of the
everybody's just like, oh yeah, and they're signing their life away. You have no idea what you're signing.
Who's read it? Raise your hand if you've read that whole thing.
If you've actually read it. Come on. Right.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about all those things on the show at 9 o'clock, WIBC.com if you're not here to listen locally.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
we gotta go do our stuff.
We have to go do our stuff. You guys, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Bring it in. Bring it in. You guys, have a great one. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye everybody.